All right, folks. Steve Alcorn back at you once again. I won't stand in front of the camera like I did on last night's Salvation Army mystery box and show you my big fat belly. I will sit down at the table today. We got 2 bags of stuff from the Goodwill bins. The first bag is down here on the floor, and most of it is hats. There's a lot of hats in here, as you can see. There's a couple Charles Thurwitt shirts on the bottom. I'm not going to pull all that out. These hats will be in our next hat show, which will probably be another week or so. Hat show on Whatnot. So if you want to see what's in that bag, we'll be putting that on the hat show at Whatnot. Follow us over there. There's a link down in the description, and you can see us quite a bit on Whatnot now. We're doing 2 or 3 shows a week, as much as we can, and that's pretty good. This is also out of the bins today. This has got all the evil guys. You got Chucky and the clown from It and Freddy Krueger and even Elvira on here. And that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's a towel. I guess it's a beach towel, but it might be a throw. I don't know. It's really thin, but it's really cool. And I thought, that's really neat. Maybe we'll throw this in a future Whatnot show if somebody wants it. You can have it. It's just a really cool thing. There's a lot more evil guys on here too. So I don't know who they all are, but I do know some of Michael Myers. I see that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's get right to it. Now, we'll save the best for the last. If you saw the thumbnail, you already know what it is, but that's okay. We're going to pull things out. The first thing is just this little CD case, just some old PC games. There's Atari in there. There's a Pac-Man. That one's good. Pac-Man World Rally. I'll have to try that one. These are probably for me, but I like these kinds of things. What's that one? Luxor Adventure. I will look them up, of course. There's American Idol video editing software. That'll be fun to play with. I need to start a channel where I play with the software. But anyway, that's the first item. That is pretty cool. We got, not very exciting, but worth about $20. This is a Dell. It says so right there. What do they call this thing? Display link. So you plug in your HDMIs and your display port adapters or whatever those are. There's a couple USB ports and an Ethernet port in it. And then it looks like a USB on the front, 2 USBs, and I'm not sure what that is. This looks older than a USB-C, so I don't think that's what that is. I can't read it though. But anyway, that is what that is. It goes for about $20. It is USB-C, I bet you. It is. Yeah. For some reason, this has an adapter USB-C to USB-A, which is really cool. And I like how that works, so you can use either one. That is neat. Anyway, that was another item we found today. We got a brand new Fire Stick. Now, this is all $1.89 a pound. This weighs well under a pound. Brand new Fire Stick. This one says copyright 2015 on it. These go still for about $25 on eBay. So that's where we'll put it, eBay. That's kind of a neat item. Oh, this one's falling out of the box. So you'll have to bear with me here a second. This is 2 Blink Mini indoor plug-in HD smart security cameras. I like playing with cameras. These might have some value. I don't know. There's
Why
2
you
of them
buy
in here.
such things?
Plus, both have the stands with them, I think. Maybe missing one stand. Yeah, might be missing one stand, but that's okay. You can always set it just like that. It'll be fine. I don't know anything about these particular kind of cameras, but I mean, for, again, under a pound, for probably right around $1, a little bit over $1, I thought it was worth picking up. So that was a good find for me. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese girl. I don't know. Her name is Helen, but she was brand new with tags, and as most of you probably know, Chuck E. Cheese is getting rid of their characters, at least their animated characters. And so I thought I'd pick that up. She's worth a couple bucks, not too many, but I thought she was neat, so we'll see what we'll do with her. She'll either go on eBay or in our plush show, whenever we decide to do that. Picked up a bunch of these. Oh, the bag is falling down. I didn't rehearse this video very well. All right, just some envelopes. I figured, I don't know what we can use them for. We'll mail something in them. And then a bunch of clasp envelopes. Still under £1 for all this stuff. So still cheaper than you'd probably pay at Walmart. So we got a bunch of envelopes to use for ourselves, which I thought was pretty cool. Let me get this bag closer. All right. This is a Sony DVD remote, RMT D197A. If it says Sony on it, I pick it up. I did forget to check the battery compartment. Okay, there are batteries in it, but they're not bad. So usually at the bins I take the batteries out, but this time I did not for some reason. Just to, lessen the weight. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad. This I figured somebody might want on one of our Whatnot shows. It is a brand new Fisher-Price Lion clicker. I don't know what it does, but it doesn't click. But anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. A little Lion clicker. Fisher-Price. Brand new. Can't beat that, right? Again, you're under $1. Now this might sound silly to pick up, but it says Porsche Motorsports on it. It is a rain poncho. I'm assuming that this came when you bought a car. Maybe they had it in the glove box or something. I haven't looked it up yet, but anytime something says Porsche on it and it weighs nothing at the bins, I'll probably grab it. So that was pretty cool. I really don't know the value on that. Here was the first really good find of the day. We got more than one good find. This is a Lemax Spooky Town Beware Haunted Grove. I did look at it. Everything looks good. The battery compartment is clean. It was originally from Amazon, so somebody had this on Amazon. It doesn't look like they've ever used it. So Lemax is always a good thing to find, especially Halloween. Some of their Christmas stuff does really well too. But that was in a bin that had been there from the day before, and nobody took that. And that surprised me. And that was the last bin I got to when we first went in before they started changing bins out. And why nobody took that, I don't know, but I got it. It should be $30 or better. This is just a fabric shaver. I'll either use it myself or put it on one of my Whatnot shows if somebody else wants it. I just thought it would be neat to have. We sell, or at least my wife sells, a lot of clothes, and I do have on occasion a men's clothing show on Whatnot, so I figured why not? I'll try that. Just another little camera. This is a battery IP camera. Like I said, I like playing with cameras. Everything's in there. There's even a 64 gig SD card in there. Mini SD, micro SD, I guess they call that. And so that'll be for me to play with. I don't know what that's from. Okay, this is just some ring sizers. I don't know why I picked it up. I just thought it was neat. So it goes up to size 13, which is my size. Here's a Lipton tea. Lipton the Brisk tea, America's favorite tea. Just a tin. No lid, unfortunately, but I have some other tins and I'll probably put them together, and sometime on a Whatnot show I'll just put all the tins together. Let's see. I always get my wife a little koala if I can find it. It has to be something she doesn't have, and it has to be small. And so I got this one. She's got a lot of koalas stuff. Here looks like the base for that other ring camera. I thought both of them had a base. It must have fallen out of the bag. So there's the base for the other ring camera. We'll put that over there. Here's a cool Garfield. I've never seen a Garfield look like that, but he had his tags with him. Looks like I might need to, tide pen his eyes there, but it is cool. I like the Garfield tag. This one is from 2022, so it's not very old. It says Nickelodeon on it. I figured we'll look it up on eBay, of course, but it'll probably end up in our Plus show when we ever do one of those. Almost to the end, folks. Here's something I got just for a giveaway for Whatnot. Just a blind bag Power Ranger. And another one looks like a Ninjago movie minifigure, brand new in the package, so I figured I'd get that too. Maybe do that for a Whatnot giveaway. Here's the second cool find of the day. This is Bobby Brown bronzing powder. Look that up. That stuff goes for a lot of money. And I did open it and looked inside of it, and it is brand new. It has never been used. So Bobby Brown bronzing powder, if you see that, pick it up if it's cheap enough. I always pick up Craftsman tools, the older tools. This one's just a screwdriver that's beat up, but it'll probably just go into my toolbox. But I thought, I pick up tools there all the time that everybody else passes, and they're probably concerned about the weight, but this weighs well under a pound, so I'll pick up an older Craftsman screwdriver any day for $1 or $2. So, and this little elf guy, look at him. He's definitely vintage. It says no color fast Japan on him, so I don't know if he is worth anything, but I thought he was neat. So I was going to say cute, but that wasn't the right word. He's neat, so I picked him up. He's got like a hard plastic face. No, he's a rubber face for sure. But he's one of the old style elves there. What else do I got? All right, now for the big reveal. And to be honest, I haven't done anything with this. A set of Cutco knives in the bins. I did cut it at the bins to get the littlest knife out, because I needed to cut something else open at the bins to see what was inside of it, because it was all taped just like this. But let's see, this tape sucks. I hate the tape they put on these things. But these are the white Cutcos. And how this ended up in the Goodwill bins, I'll never know. There is no price tag on it, so it was never at a bin store, but you can see right there at the top it says Cutco. This knife definitely says Cutco on it. This might not be a Cutco. Nope, that is a Cutco as well. The fork, definitely Cutco. That knife, I don't know which each of these knives are called. They do all have numbers on them, and they're all good. We do have a local Cutco store. I know you can send Cutcos back to get fixed if they're. Oh, look at the size of that thing! Holy Lord! Anyway, so that was the Cutcos. How does this end up in the Goodwill bins? And here's the story behind this. Everybody had been through this bin. I was busy looking for hats in the bin next to it, so I didn't even see this. And I'm just guessing that people saw this and didn't think much of it because it looks cheap plastic knife set. But I saw that word Cutco on there, and I know what Cutco knives look like. They have the unique handle. And I thought to myself, well, Steve, that's a Cutco set. I didn't look inside. I didn't take the tape off. This is the first time I'm pulling them out. I didn't see what they were. I was going to buy it no matter what, even if it was just the Cutco handles. I didn't care. I did look this set up. It goes anywhere from $130, anywhere upwards of $200. I don't know if it matters what's in it, so I'm going to have to find out. Just all I did was look up knives that are in this thing. So I looked at if they had this with it. That's what I looked up. So a whole Cutco set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces at the Goodwill bins. This isn't even broken. I don't know if it's ever been mounted. It looks pretty clean. It does need a little cleanup. This will get listed today on eBay. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. That was a pretty good find. I don't think, although last week I found a Hermes tie, which is currently at the dry cleaners because I wanted to make sure, I didn't want to try to flatten it out myself. So I took it to the dry cleaners. They charged under $4 per tie to get done. So I figured it was worth $4 to get an Hermes tie. I did look that one up, and it should be about $120. That was my best Goodwill find to date at this particular bin store. I have found something that was $400 at a bin store before, but not here. And this is now my newest best find, and I don't think I'll ever see these at a Goodwill bins again, but I will hope to, and I am excited because you don't find these even at yard sales very often. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful to you. If you liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.